Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Last outing for Brooklyn, they won that game against the Charlotte Hornets. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all there. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
So the Nets starting five. They've got Brook Lopez. Porzingis is out there with Young. Then it's DeRozan.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble. Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
And Young, here we go. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
A good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking rim. That's second in the league in a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Lawson. Bradley kicks to Green. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by the Nets. Outside DeRozan. His three-pointers off the mark. Boston off to a slow start, trailing by 5. Lawson kicks to Bradley. Back to Lawson. Now here is Cephalosha. Tight defense on him. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Brook Lopez. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Now, here's Green. That's good. Green's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Now, here is Lawson. Thaddeus Young missing his last shot. Green, the screen. Lawson with a screen on Young. Outside Bradley. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And the wide open shot from Green. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Lopez a screen. DeRozan passes to Lopez. The shot is off. And it's Boston the other way. Boston outside. Green kicks to Cephalosha. Feeds it to Whiteside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
And Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Lopez ended up coming off the bench for the Nets for a stretch last season. There was a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
Whiteside, this is to Lawson. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got his first bucket of the night.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pass to Cephalosha. In the corner, Bradley with it. It's stolen by DeRozan. Mar DeRozan on the wing. This one for 3. And that one's good. DeRozan's got 7 points in the game. Lawson with it. Whiteside up top. The shot will not go. Nets leading by 5. And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That is his first foul of the game. So Boston ends up going with a new group. Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
The Nets making a switch here. Roten's checked in. Lopez left side. And Boston with the rebound.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And Thomas, here we go. Anderson outside. Passes it to Teletovic. 5 on the clock. There's the pick. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to Dallas. Here's Roten. The rebound by Anderson. Celtics trail by 5. To the paint. It's intercepted. Young with no one around. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Waiters with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. Now here's Anderson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass.
Nets leading by 3. On the wing, DeRozan. Puts up the baby hook. And Lopez with the nice bucket inside. Lopez has got 7.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Now here's Waiters. It's stolen by DeRozan. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Young slams it home.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Teletovic. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Teletovic has got his second bucket of the night. Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Lopez. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of Clark ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch back to the basket, moves, facing up, makes free throws. Good offensive rebounder, capable passer. No, he just makes things happen.
Hill, he's checked in for Thaddeus Young.
And talking about Lopez, he does clean the glass on the offensive end. He was 12th in offensive rebounds last year. However, he was 44th in defensive rebounds. That's one important area he definitely has to work on.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Capella. Waiters passes to Capella. Tries yet again. Rebounded by the Nets.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag it. Getting back to Lopez, how good is it to have a guy with his offensive package also be a near top 10 shot blocker for you? That's what he was last season and several seasons before that. He's an all-star talent if he can just stay on the court and stay healthy.
Now here's Thomas. Dishes it to Anderson. Off target with his 3. Brooklyn leading by 6. Hill has the open look. That's short off the rim.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Thomas kicks to Teletovic. Thomas a screen. Teletovic dishes to Capella. Anderson passes to Teletovic. Hill throws it down.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Thomas kicks to Teletovic. And stolen by Roten. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So for the Nets, J.J. Hickson needs checked in for Lopez. Johnson comes in for Porzingis. And it's Gordon in for DeMar DeRozan. Back to Thomas. Shot clock at 6.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Looking to end the drought. He dishes it to Capella. And taken away by Johnson. Fires from 14. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Nets lead by 10. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nets?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And Brooklyn looking who they've got. We've got Tony Roten. Hill is up there with Johnson. And there's Hickson. And it's Gordon in the shooting guard position. Now here's Gordon. The feet to Roten. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Roten's got his first 2 points. And here's Lawson. He feeds it to Green. Right side a screen. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter.
And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Lawson with it. And Roten picks him up defensively. Outside Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. Lawson outside. Top of the key. And it's off the back rim. No good. Nets leading by 10. Roten kicks to Gordon. On the wing, Johnson. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And the Nets lead by 12. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Green with a screen for Lawson. Outside, Green. No good on the triple.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Roten kicks to Hickson. For 3, Hill. The shot is off. And the Celtics going the other way now. Now Lawson. Whiteside dishes to Lawson. They set the screen. It's stolen by Hickson. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And that one's on target from the wing. Gordon's got his second basket of the game.
Really unfortunate for Eric Gordon that an assortment of injuries have really derailed his career. A few years back, he looked like he'd be an absolute star. Once a 22 points a game score, was down to 13 a game last season.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. Yeah, on the topic of Eric Gordon, one would think he's still young and talented enough to be a difference maker with any team. He just has to stay healthy. That really is the bottom line. He's got to keep his health.
Kevin, the truth is, though he's had a number of injuries, they've all been different. It isn't one chronic thing. So with a little good luck, we could see him shine once more.
Right side a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the drought. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Now, here is Lawson. Kicks it to Bradley. To the inside. Whiteside uses the glass to finish the layup. Whiteside's got 6 in the quarter.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now, here is Miller. Gordon with no one around. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. Celtics trail by 12. Lawson with it. Outside Bradley. Back to Lawson. It's deflected. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And the basket by Gordon.
Yes. And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Outside Bradley. There's the screen. Green, the screen. And Lawson with the drive. Pass to Whiteside. And stolen by Gordon. Here's Miller. The rebound by the Celtics. Here's Bradley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The pass to Green. Lawson kicks to Whiteside. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 4 assists in the game.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look. Johnson the screen. Shot off the pick. That drops. He's got 5.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
Brooklyn making some changes. Porzingis, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Young in for Miller. And Thomas, here we go.
Boston ball.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Down low. It's stolen. A look from Gordon. Waiters grabs the miss.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Now, here's Thomas. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out to the right wing. There's a screen. Off the screen. Hickson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
And getting back to J.J. Hickson, he's forever had the size and strength to get it done. His problems have always been that lack of discipline and an unrefined set of tools. I mean, unfortunately, last season highlighted those flaws.
They get it back. Nets leading by 15. Young's shot is off.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Talking about Hickson, every time you count him out, he surprises you with a streak of inspired play. Then every time you count him back in, he puts up a dud. Hard guy to figure out right now.
And both free throws good for Waiters.
And guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
Thomas kicks to Waiters. There's the dish to Anderson. Boston, no good that time either. Nets leading by 13. And here's Gordon from outside. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
Now here's Hickson. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Hickson. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Eric Gordon.
Boston timeout called.
And last year, the Nets would end right in the middle of the pack in that Atlantic division. Many thought they could try and win it outright, but that slow start to the year didn't make that much of a possibility.
Celtics trail by 10. And here is Thomas. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He kicks it to Teletovic. It's stolen by Johnson. 14 feet away. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist from Roten. And that's now 9 points for DeMar DeRozan. As you said, the Nets ended 3rd in the Atlantic. They did have a good divisional record, Clark, going 10-6 against the rest of their division.
And, you know, everybody thought the Atlantic would be the weakest division, but that was disproved, sending 3 teams to the playoffs, the Nets being that 3rd team. Really not a bad showing given how tough that division ended up being.
Now here's Roten. And that one's good. 11 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Thomas passes to Anderson. And Tony Roten gets the whistle there. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Here is Thomas. Feeds to Anderson. Inside. Here's Teletovic. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Teletovic just got 7.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And it's DeRozan missing.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Now, here's Thomas. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
That is one.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
The Nets making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Roten kicks to DeRozan. Lopez a screen on Waiters. It's DeRozan with the drive. Here's Johnson. And Boston with the rebound. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Thomas against DeRozan. Now Thomas. There's the pick. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Dion Waiters.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
That's good.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray.
And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Nets. They're up by 10. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Take a look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. 12 points. In addition to that, he's been a rebounding machine.
Clark, he has been clearing space in that paint, just really out-muscling and out-maneuvering everyone.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, fronting, doubling, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
Dion Waiters is out there with Thomas. Then there's Mirza Teletovic. Then there's Anderson. And it's Capella in the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's DeRozan. No luck. And it's Boston the other way.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
That doesn't go either for Thomas.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Hill, no good. Celtics trail by 7. Inside. And it's Capella missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Thomas a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Capella missing.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Waiters. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
Thomas kicks to Teletovic. It's stolen by Johnson. And Tony Roten with the slam.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And Brad Stevens now in his third year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. A good fit, Clark, for a young team.
Agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Now here's Lawson. Good. Lawson's got it back down to single digits for the Celtics.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
On the wing, Green. Right side a screen. Shot clock at 6. Cephalosha's shot is good.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Pass to Young. And Boston with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now, here is Lawson. Guarded closely. Passes it to Cephalosha. To the middle. Here's Bradley. And he uses the glass on the layup.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Rosen dishes to Lopez. Here's the screen. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Lawson outside. Off the pick. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Celtics trail by 9. Outside Bradley. Celtics passing it around. Dishes to Cephalosha. Clock at 6. Shoots from the right block. Right side, no good.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals. But he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure. It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Pass to Porzingis. Fires top of the key. Draymond Green pulls it in.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Cephalosha kicks to Whiteside. Can't get it to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Young pass to Lopez. From down low. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. Adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
Mike Miller's checked in for Brooklyn. Lawson outside. Green, the screen. Whiteside inside. Lopez is there. Whiteside, no good. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And, Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
Lawson kicks to Bradley. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his second personal foul.
Well, taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Capella's checked in. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Green. Anderson, he's checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Ty Lawson. And here's Anderson for 3. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting, injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now.
Here's Thomas. Lays it up and banks it in. And now just a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Shots good by Miller.
Number 12.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
Lopez, no luck.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Capella dishes to Anderson. The shot misses. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. It's DeRozan with the drive. He dishes it to Lopez. Shoots. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Boston making a switch here. Waiters is checked in. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Well, they forced a decent number of turnovers in this one, fellas, and they've turned most of those turnovers into points.
Yeah, well, also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Fade away. Porzingis can't hit.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
They set the screen. Here's Teletovic. Brooklyn with the rebound. Roten's got his 4th rebound in this one. Miller with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Left side, Gordon. Here's Porzingis. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Thomas, here we go. And Teletovic kicks to Thomas. And it's blocked. Here's Roten. And count it from 19 feet away. Roten's got 6.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Anderson.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Nets lead by 6. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Miller is out there with Johnson. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's Hickson in the 5 spot. And that one is stuffed right through.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
They set the pick. Thomas kicks to Teletovic. And Thomas, here we go.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Isaiah Thomas.
And both free throws good for Thomas. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
And actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
And Teletovic now top of the key. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Johnson, the pass to Roten. Back to Johnson. Teletovic grabs the board. Teletovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
Roten with it. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. That's good. And that's now 11 points for Eric Gordon.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
Anderson outside from downtown. And again, Boston with the triple.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Here's Roten to the paint. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Lopez, he's checked in for Hickson. Porzingis comes in for Amir Johnson. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Miller. And it's DeRozan in for Gordon.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
Ditto that. I mean, things have really been turned up.
Roten dishes to Young. And the Nets, another three.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Outside Thomas. Now the feed to Capella. There's a good screen. Thomas kicks to Capella. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
And not many people expected anyone from the Atlantic to do much last season. Boston was the surprise of the division as they ended up making the playoffs.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Lopez. Celtics trail by 3. Kicks it to Anderson. And he slams it one-handed.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all. Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
Roten kicks to DeRozan. On its way from Young for 2. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Teletovic. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Teletovic has got 10 points here in the second half.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
And there's the pass to Young. Misses the 3. Boston trailing. To the middle. It's tipped. In transition, here come the Nets. Young with the ball. Porzingis passes to DeRozan. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
The Nets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. There's a good screen. A good look from DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. Porzingis can't hit.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And here is Waiters. Clock at 6. Thomas goes in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Thomas got the lead up to 1 now for the Celtics.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Gordon comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Lawson kicks to Green. It's stolen by Johnson. Looking to end the drought. And then Gordon with the dunk.
You might not have expected him to go for the steal there. But boy, oh boy, did it ever work out for him.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, at this stage of a tight game, all too often teams play not to lose, and they wouldn't be in the lead right now if he hadn't taken a chance there.
In the corner, Bradley with it. Young with the steal. Lawson against Gordon. He feeds it to Hickson. No good. The Celtics have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. The dish now to Cephalosha. And it's Whiteside off the drive. He kicks it to Green. It's stolen by Johnson. Lets it go from the wing. Young's shot is off. Boston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Lawson's against Gordon. The 3 from Cephalosha. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
Offensive rebound. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Lawson dishes to Green. Back to Lawson. It's stolen by Johnson. Outside Hill. Gordon goes in. Feeds it to Johnson. Got it from 16 feet. And the Nets lead by 1.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
Pass to Green. Cephalosha kicks to Whiteside. Boom, he jams it straight down. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
Well, 7 lead changes, Kevin, in this one, and we could very well be seeing more.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these 2 teams are really equal.
And the basket by Johnson.
And, you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in block shots last season. Also posted the second-best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Lopez, he's checked in for Hickson. Young comes in for Hill. And it's DeRozan in for Gordon.
Free throws don't get much bigger than that. But he made it look easy to put him in front.
To the paint. Austin defending. Passes it to DeRozan. Pocket 4. Offline from the top of the key. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Lawson outside. Lopez with the steal. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. DeRozan with it. Now Green defending. Young, a good look. A second chance effort. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That's foul number 2 for him. DeRozan again. It's Bradley. And DeRozan kicks to Lopez. Over Whiteside. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to win.